Well, it's Sunday, so I guess I'll read some comics for my Sunday Comics Show. And here we have very, very short comics to read for this Baffling Mysteries issue. So they had these little short strips, if you will, within the anthology book before going on to another story, which I'll read next week. So here we are, Baffling Mysteries. The Danube River flows through small towns in Lower Germany. At its narrow points, there are ferry boats to carry passengers to the other side. Here is the strange story of one ferryman and his barge. Business was slow for Hans Bauer, the barge man. So slow that he had to keep his barge going at night long after the other ferrymen had closed shop. Look at old Hans. He stays all night to get the last fares. I have an idea, Martin. Tomorrow is Halloween night. I think we can have fun with old Hans. Did they do Halloween in Germany? I don't know. Anyway, we'll disguise ourselves as ghosts and make Hans ferry us across the river. He'll be scared out of his wits. Agreed. I'll meet you here late tomorrow night. The next night, the two men disguised as ghosts in white robes descended upon the old ferryman.
Ach, what's this? What do you want? Who are you?
We are death. You are commanded to ferry us across the river Styx. They're obviously in bed sheets. Well, maybe Hans needs glasses. But anyway, the old ferryman did as he was told. The pranksters could hardly keep from laughing, but the old man was frightened into insensibility. Well, he had no sense about him in the first place, because, come on. That's piss poor, disguise. Uh-oh. When last seen, the barge was drifting out into the mist-covered waters. A fog suddenly fell over the river and hid the boat from view. The ferry never reached its destination, and the ferryman and his cargo had disappeared. The townspeople dragged the river for miles in search of the barge and the men on it. Not a trace of the three men on the boat was ever found. Just another strange mystery in the annals of the supernatural. I don't know, the guy probably panicked, had a heart attack, and they were like, what do we do? What do we do? And maybe screwed up and it sank. Or they really went to the river Styx. Yeah. I don't know why Hans would have to stay, but again, heart attack, I suppose. So there you go. Wow, that was something, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know, it wasn't much at all. So anyway, our next episode of Baffling Mysteries. The buried treasure of Captain Kidd, the notorious pirate, has been the subject of many tales and legends. Some are true, but most are the creations from the fertile minds of authors. The following story is taken from the files of police records in a Florida coastal town. In the summer of 1927, Matthew Bauer wandered on a deserted beach. Suddenly, he spied a half-buried sword in the sand. That cutlass looks like one used by the old pirates. As Bauer took the sword, he felt it scrape metal hidden in the sand. He excitedly began digging until an old pirate chest. Gold! I've found pirate gold. Bauer was almost mad. I said almost mad with delight at his discovery. As he put a handful of coins into his pocket, he glanced up.
What? Captain Kidd!
But how would he recognize him? I mean, okay. Above him towered the ominous figure of the famous pirate Captain Kidd.
It's mine! I'll kill you before I let you take it from me. I'll run you through with your own cutlass.
Well, if it's cutlass, it won't cut anything.
Bauer slew the man confronting him and raced into town to find help. I found Captain Kidd's treasure, and I killed him when he tried to stop me from taking it. Easy, son. I don't know what you're talking about, but when you mention murder, that's my business. Let's go.
When Bauer and the sheriff reached the fatal spot,
there's no trace of treasure here, son, but here's your corpse. It's old Ben the Beachcomber.
He's hidden my treasure. It was here an hour ago. My treasure is gone.
Matthew Bauer was sent to prison for life for the murder
he had committed. His only complaint for the rest of his life was a handful of pieces of 8 that he fondled endlessly. There is no explanation as to where he had acquired this bit of pirate treasure. Now, he's just nuts, or he was dropping acid when he stumbled upon this sword, if it was ever there. Yeah. Wow, these were losers, weren't they? Yeah, he saw a ghost, and then I guess the ghost orchestrated everything and tricked him into killing this poor beach bum. And then now he's locked up in prison. Yeah. And I guess the treasure is still buried under there, but no one's going to look. So. Well, I'm sure you're glad as I am that we dealt with this story. So, boy, I can't wait to see what we've got next week. Oh, Terror in the Coal Pits. That just looks like some guy. Well, wait a minute. That's oncoming traffic. But, oh no, woman driver. Boy, it's like the door is off to the side of the windshield. Yeah. Well, whatever. I guess we'll figure that out next week for Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics for Terror in the Coal Pits. Yeah, something like that.